We were discussing in previous lecture second generation of computers. The second generation computers began with the advent of transistor. Okay, so with the advent of transistorized circuitry, invention of magnetic core and development of magnetic disk storage devices. These new developments made these computers much more reliable. The increased reliability and availability of large memories is paved the way for the development of high level languages such as Fortran, COBOL, Algol, and Snowball, etc. Operating system came into being with speedy CPUs and the advent of magnetic tape and disk storage. Batch operating system ruled the second generation computers. Okay, commercial application rapidly developed during this period, and more than 80% of these computers were used in business and industries in the application of like payroll, inventory control, marketing, production, planning, etc. Some second generation computer are so below in table. See the table here, the column for model, we have column for size, and we have column for area of applications. So there are model IBM 1401, size very small to medium, and area application is business. Similarly, we have IBM 1620, small scientific application, IBM 7094, large size and area of application is scientific and business. Similarly, we have CDC 1604, size is medium to large and area of application is scientific. CDC 3600, large scientific. RCA 501, medium business, and UNIVAC 1108, size is large and area of application is scientific and business. Okay, so this is about your second generation. Now we will discuss third generation computer. It started from 1976, not 1976. 1966 to 1975. Okay, the third generation computer replaced transistors with integrated circuits, popularly known as chips. Okay, the IC, that is integrated circuits, was invented by Jock Kilby at Texas Instruments in 1958. The IC is water thin slice of extremely purified silicon crystals. A single IC has many treatments. A single IC has many transistors, resistors, and capacitors, along with associated circuitry encapsulated in a small package with many leads. For small scale integrated circuit, which had about 10 transistors per chip, the size of the main memories reached about 4 megabytes. Magnetic disk technology also improved, and it became feasible to have drive, drive having capacity up to 100 megabyte. The CPUs because much more powerful with the capacity of carrying out 1 million instructions per seconds. Okay, the third generation computers using integrated circuits packed to be highly reliable, relatively inexpensive, and faster. Less human labor was required at assembly stage. Examples of some mainframe computers developed during the generations are IBM 360 series, ICL 1190 series, IBM 370 1 oblique 168, ICL 2900, Honeywell model 316, Honeywell 6000 series. Some mini computers developed during this phase are ICL 2903, manufactured by International Computers Limited, CDC 1700, manufactured by Control Data Corporation, and PDP 11 upon 45 personal data processor. These days, computers found place in other areas like education, survey, small business, estimation, analysis is in scientific analysis, etc., along with their previous usage area, scientific and engineering. Okay. Now we have the fourth generation computers, and this is generation in 1976 to present the advent of microprocessor. Okay, chip marked beginning of fourth generation computer. Medium scale integrated circuit yielded to large and very large scale integrated circuits, packing about 50,000 transistors in a chip. Semiconductor memories replaced magnetic core memories. The emergence of the microprocessor CPU on a single chip led to the emergence of extremely powerful personal computers. Computer cost came down so rapidly that this found place in most offices and homes. The faster assessing and processing speeds and in area not faster assessing and processing speeds and increased memory capacity helped in development of much more powerful operating system. Okay, we will discuss about the power operating system later. The second decades 1986 and present of the fourth generation observed a great increase in the speed of microprocessor and size of main memory. The speed of microprocessor and the size of main memory and hard disks went up by a factor of 4 every 3 years. Okay, many of the mainframe CPU features became part of the microprocessor architecture in 90s. In 1995, the more popular CPUs were Pentium, PowerPC, etc. Also, RISC, that is reduced instruction set computer microprocessors are preferred in powerful servers for numeric computing and file services. Okay, the hard disks are also available of the size 2 GB for larger disks. RAID technology redundant array of in expensive disk gives storage up to hundreds of GB. The CD-ROMs of today 1996 can store up to 650 MBs informations. Okay. The computer network came of age and area one of the most popular ways of interacting with computer chains of millions of users. The computers are being applied in various areas like simulation, visualization, parallel computing, virtual reality, multimedia, etc. Now, next generation is the fifth generation computers. This is also called as coming generation. The fifth generation computer using magnetic bubble memories. Okay, the fifth generation computers using magnetic bubbles memories and other recent developments are on the way. These computers will be based on advances in silicon technology. Okay, and architecture which makes use of the changes in the technology and allows an easier and more neutral problem solving is being sought. The researchers are aiming at developing a machine that can be spoken to in simple plain language and is able to converse the way we human being do. Okay, and for this concept of artificial intelligence is being used. The robots of science fiction will be fact by the end of this century if these researchers meet their goal. So this is all about of the generation, and we have 5 generation in all. Okay, now we will discuss types of computers. What are the types of the computers? The computers have been classified into 3 categories, and these are given below as a digital computer, analog computer, and hybrid computer. Okay, 3 types of computer: digital, analog, and hybrid. Now we will discuss one by one what is the digital, analog, and hybrid computers. So the digital computers work upon discontinuous data. They convert the data into digits, that is binary digit 0 and 1, and all the operations are carried out on these digits at extremely fast rates. A digital computer basically knows how to count the digits and add the digits. The digital computers are much faster than analog computers and far more accurate. Computer used for business and scientific applications are digital computers. Okay, means digital computer find application in business and scientific area. Digital computers can further be classified in the way, that is in two way, that is purpose wise and size and performance wise. The purpose wise digital computers are classified into 2 types. Number one is special purpose computation. Special purpose computer, this is the one that is designed to perform a specific task. Okay, this is the one that is designed to perform a specific task. That is why it is called special purpose computer. The instruction, that is programs to carry out the task, are permanently stored in the machine. For the specific task, this type of computer works efficiently, but such computers are not versatile. Now, the second is general purpose computers. This is one that can work on different types of program inputs to it, and thus is used in countless applications. The programs are not permanently stored but are input at the time of execution. Okay, and these computers are very versatile. Now this was the purpose wise. We have special purpose computer and general purpose computers. Now according to size and performance wise, digital computers may be classified into following 4 types. This is equal to microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computers, and supercomputers. Okay, microcomputer. A microcomputer is a computer whose CPU is a microprocessor, and a micro processor is a processor whose all components are on a single integrated circuit chip. These are single microprocessor, single user systems designed for performing basic operations like educational, training, small business applications, playing games, etc. These are mainly used in offices, schools, shops, etc. Okay, now we will discuss mini computers. You know about mini computers. These are more powerful computers than microcomputers in terms of processing power and capabilities. Okay, mini computers are mainly multi-user system where many users simultaneously work on the system. Mini computer possesses greater storage capacity and larger memories as compared to microcomputers. Means it have larger memory in comparison of microcomputers. Now third is mainframe computers. These are designed to handle huge volumes of data and informations. This can support more than hundreds users at the same time. These very large and expensive computers have great processing speeds and very large storage capacity and memory as compared to microcomputer. Okay, these computers even possess and work with the more than one processor at the same time. Thus, one can say that these are multi-user microprocessor system. Okay, mainframe computers, these are multi-user microprocessor system. Now next is supercomputer. You know about the supercomputer. These are most powerful computers among digital computers. These consist of several processors running together, thereby making them immense, immensely faster and powerful. These computers are capable of handling huge amounts of calculation that are beyond human capabilities. Supercomputers can perform billions of instructions per second. Some of today's supercomputers have the computing capacity equal to that of 40,000 microcomputers. Okay. Now next is analog computer. What is the analog computer? In analog computers, continuous quantities are used. Computation are carried out with physical quantities such as voltage, length, current, temperature, etc. The devices that measure such quantities are analog devices. Voltmeter, ammeter. Analog computers operate by measuring rather than counting. The main advantage of analog computers is that all calculations take place in parallel and hence these are faster. These are faster, but their accuracy is poor as compared to digital computers. Analog computers are most usually used in engineering and scientific applications. Okay, and electronic weighing scale is an example of an analog computers. Okay, an electronic weighing scale is an example of an analog computers. Now next is hybrid computers. Hybrid computers utilizes the best qualities of both the digital and analog computers. In these computers, some calculation take place in early manner, take place in manner, and rest of them take place in digital manner. Okay, hybrid computers are best used in a hospitals where analog part is responsible for measurement of patient's heartbeat, blood pressure, temperature, and the other vital signs. And then the operations is carried out in the digital fashion to monitor patients' vital signs. Hybrid computers are also used in weather forecasting, analogy, and hybrid computers performs specialized tasks, but the digital computers are used almost everywhere in the in business and scientific applications. Okay, so this is in this way we have discussed today the generations of computers and types of computers. So this is all about of today lecture. Thank you.